I heard my 6-year-old sister telling her stuffed animals they needed to be quiet so Mommy wouldn't get angry. Last night I packed our bags. Remember, Mr. Whiskers, we have to be extra quiet today. And Bunny, no jumping. Quad paws. Ellie whispered to her stuffed animals, arranging them carefully on her bed. If Vala hears us, she'll get the mad face again. I froze outside her bedroom door, grocery bag still in my hands. At 19, I become the de facto parent since Dad left 2 years ago. Morm's episodes had gotten worse, eyeing unpredictable rage triggered by the smallest sounds or inconveniences. Last week, she'd thrown away Ellie's coloring books because the crayons made too much noise on the paper. That night, I asked Ellie about her animals' quiet time. They're practicing, she explained seriously. Mommy said, if they make noise one more time, they have to live in the garage. Do you make noise, Ellie? I asked carefully. She hooked down. Sometimes I forget. Like when I dropped my spoon yesterday or when I laughed too loud at the cartoon. What happened when you laughed? Mommy said, happy children are selfish children. Her voice dropped to a whisper. Am I selfish, Katie? Something broke inside me. I remember being Ellie's age, walking on tiptoes around the house, learning to gauge Mom's moods by the sound of her breathing. I'd promised myself my sister wouldn't grow up like that. I hadn't kept that promise. I called Aunt Warren that night. She lived 3 hours away and had offered to take us in after Dad left. Mom had threatened to call the police if I ever kidnapped Ellie, and at 17, I'd been too scared to challenge her. Things have gotten worse, I told my aunt. Itao's training her stuffed animals to be silent. There was a pause on the line. The guest room is ready, Aunt Warren said simply. It always has been. Mom had a Thursday night book club. She never missed her one predictable absence. While she was gone, I packed our essentials into 2 duffel bags, told Ellie we were going on a special adventure, and loaded everything into my ancient Honda as we pulled away from the only home Ellie had ever known. She clutched Mr. Whiskers to her chest. Does Aunt know about our adventure? We'll call her when we get to Aunt Lauren's, I said, my knuckles white on the steering wheel. Will she be mad? I glanced in the rearview mirror at her wide eyes, already anticipating punishment for joy. Sometimes, I said cheerfully, we have to do the right thing even when it's hard, even when people get angry, like when you stopped the big kid from taking my lunch at the park, exactly like that. Drove in silence for a while, the highway stretching dark ahead of us. Katie? Her small voice came from the back seat. Can Mr. Whiskers talk at Aunt Lauren's house? He has lots of stories, but he's been keeping them inside for a really long time. My vision blurred with tears. Mr. Whiskers can talk as much as he wants. You both can't even laugh, especially laugh. When we arrived at midnight, Aunt Lauren was waiting on the porch. She wrapped Ellie in a hug, then looked me in the eyes. You did the right thing, she whispered. I am so proud of you. That was 3 days ago. Mom has called 37 times. She's alternated between threats of police involvement and tearful apologies. Aunt Warren contacted family services, and we have a temporary custody hearing next week. This morning, I heard something I hadn't heard in months. In Ellie's laughter, loud and unreserved, as she played with our aunt's dog in the backyard. Sometimes being a sister means making impossible choices. Sometimes being a daughter means walking away. And sometimes the bravest thing you can do for someone you love is to show them what normal feels like.